I'm Ellis Martin. Join me now for a conversation with Claudia Tornquist, President and CEO of Kodiak Copper Corporation, trading as KDK on the TSX Venture Exchange, KDKCF in the U.S., and 5DD1 in Frankfurt. Kodiak Copper's most advanced asset is the MPD Copper Gold Porphyry Project in the prolific Quesnel Trough in southern British Columbia, Canada, where in 2020 the company made a high-grade discovery at the Gate Zone, which is part of a zone copper-gold enriched envelope of significant size. Kodiak also holds the Mojave Copper Molybdenum Silver Porphyry Project in Arizona, near the world-class Baghdad mine. Both of Kodiak's porphyry projects have been historically drilled and present known mineral discoveries with the potential to hold large-scale deposits. The company's chairman is Chris Taylor, the CEO of sister company prolific in the gold space, Great Bear Resources. Ms. Tornquist is formerly general manager at Rio Tinto, working with their copper and diamond operations. She also held the position of Executive Vice President of Business Development for the streaming company Sandstorm Gold. She's a director of Silver One Resources and former director of Kennedy Diamonds, leading the $176 million sale of the company to Mountain Province. Claudia, welcome back to the program. It's been a long time. How have you been?
I've been very well, thank you. It's good to be back.
Well, it's nice to see you, and just because it's been a long time doesn't mean you haven't been busy.
We've been very busy. We've executed a large drill program of around about 20,000 meters this year at our MPD project in southern British Columbia. So a very busy year for Kodiak.
Let's just take a look at the sector right now. It has been hit very, very hard. I don't remember a time near this for mining since about 2008, 2009 or so. And yet companies like yours are well-funded and you are doing all the work that we would expect you to do, especially me as a shareholder of the company.
Look, the capital markets are certainly very weak, not just for Kodiak, but for the entire sector. It's very frustrating for me to see where our share price is. It's certainly not where I want it to be. From an investor's perspective, arguably that's a good opportunity. But fundamentally, Kodiak is in a good play. We are funded. We have at this time still $7 million in the treasury, and that's after spending or paying for much of this year's drill program already. So we're funded and we have lots of results coming. We only have the first couple of results out from this year's program, and over the next weeks and months, over the winter, into next year, into the spring, we'll have lots more results coming.
Well, look, I became a shareholder at near $1 over 2 years ago when you had a lot less news and information that you now have in the ground. And I think it's a great opportunity, potentially, certainly up to the listener, to take a look at Kodiak Copper as part of your investment portfolio, simply because if you liked it 2 years ago, you should like it even better now. If you are in a position to invest or to add to your portfolio, again, I want to stress that's entirely up to the listener. The West Zone has been prolific this year. Your news just out, signifying that you have 0.58% copper equivalent over 254 meters within 0.27% copper equivalent over 941 meters. And that is near surface, isn't it?
Yes, that's right from bedrock surface down to a depth of almost a kilometer, a long mineralized intercept and a significant high-grade zone within it. So we're certainly pleased with this result, and the West Zone continues to grow. We have now, between us and the historic exploration, drill results over 300 meters times 650 meters, and as I said, down to a kilometer and from surface. So it certainly looks promising, and we're very pleased with where we got to so far at the West Zone.
Would it be fair to say that this is potentially a district-sized play?
That's what MPD is all about. It's a large porphyry system. It has a big footprint. When we acquired it, the footprint of the historic mineralization was 14 square kilometers. So large footprint. That's what told us that we have a big system here. And we have the first 2 years of our work focused mainly on the Gate Zone, our first high-grade discovery. And this year is a very important year because this year we are testing 5 other targets with the aim to discover more high-grade zones and to really demonstrate the size and the size potential of the porphyry system at MPD.
So what's the next step for the next 6 months to 12 months heading into 2024?
We're now just finishing up our drill program in the next couple of weeks, and we have so far only a small number of drill holes out and results out, with lots more to come over the rest of the autumn, into the winter and into the spring. And then we'll be preparing for more drilling next year, because in total we have at this time 18 targets on the property, and we've drilled less than half of them. So lots more potential and lots more drilling to come.
With all the work that you've done over the last few years and all the ground that you have, you would think a company like this would have 250 million shares out there, but you don't. You're very tightly held.
Yes, we have 64 million shares outstanding, and that's certainly our aim, to keep the company tightly held. We've been fortunate to be able to finance at the right time and avoid dilution for our shareholders, and we'd like to keep it that way, of course, going forward.
That's amazing. It's not like you're a brand new company to have such a tight share structure like that. Still, I'm very pleased about that, and we don't expect you to have to go to the market anytime soon. There's no guarantees, of course, but again, you have a healthy bank account.
Yep, that's correct. We still have 7 million in the treasury. I'm very glad, given the current markets, that that's the case. So we'll be able to weather the storm. And as I said, we have lots of results coming.
Now, you and I have spoken about this many times during our broadcast, perhaps every time, but I think it's important for potential new investors looking at Kodiak as a copper opportunity for the very first time to note that your team is not new, and your chairman has had a big success story not too long ago in the gold arena.
That's correct. Kodiak was founded and is chaired by Chris Taylor, who also founded our sister company, Great Bear, and he made $2 billion, Canadian dollars, for shareholders with that company. Major discovery success. And Chris is a very important part of Kodiak's success, as it was of Great Bear's. He is a very creative, out-of-the-box thinking geologist. And what he did at Great Bear is he took a project that lots of people had looked at, didn't like, and he took a new approach and made it a big success. And Kodiak is a bit of a similar story. Our MPD project also had plenty of historic exploration. Nobody could make it work. And then Chris tried a new approach, and that was really the step to our discovery and our drills. So yeah, every exploration company is only as good as the geologist at the head of it. And I feel very fortunate to be working with Chris Taylor, who is really an excellent and very creative, out-of-the-box thinking geologist.
Claudia, it's always a pleasure to speak with you, to visit with you. Thank you so much for joining me on the program, and I look forward to an update in the very near future.
Thanks for having me, Ellis.
I've been speaking with Claudia Tornquist, President and CEO of Kodiak Copper Corporation, trading as KDK on the TSX Venture Exchange, KDKCF in the U.S., and 5DD1 in Frankfurt. Find the complete story on the company's website, KodiakCopperCorp.com. I'm Ellis Martin.
Subscribe to the Ellis Martin newsletter. It's free. Go to ellismartinreport.com and fill out the quick and easy pop-up form.